Tears of the Kingdom is here, and everyone is having tons of fun with it. But I have a problem. What do I choose?
That's the question I've set out to answer in this video. With so much stuff in the game, I need to figure out whether the big battery or the horse god is better. So I've compiled a list of the rankings of everything in the game. But how am I going to decide what aspects of the game are better than others? Arbitrarily. The criteria can be anything. How useful it is, how much it improves the game design, how attractive it is, how weird it is, how good it would be as a fast food worker, its presumed political opinions, or how useful it would be as a pleasurable toy.
Number 6. Number 4.
And anything in between. I'll be going down the list from worst to best and giving brief reasonings for placing each one. Now, with the criteria for ranking set, there should be no confusion for the rest of the video. Full game spoilers for Tears of the Kingdom. Starting from the bottom with the bad stuff, we have Move the Korok quest. We crucify them for a reason. Spirit Temple questline, pretty much the same as the Move the Korok quest. Link's Underpants, I wish he didn't have them. Guts-based items, enemies magically disappear when they die, but for some reason one of their organs doesn't leave. Sage's Will, nobody knows what this does. Sidon's Girlfriend.
It should have been me.
Gerudo Highlands, I forgot this place was here. Rito Sage, incredibly fascist. $70 price tag, incredibly greedy. Din Rawl, incredibly communist. Small animal items, they run away from you as if they believe their lives have some sort of value. Minoru gets absolutely no development and then decides to be one of the sages and is then by far the most useless one. The options menu, it's definitely never had sex before. The Aonuma gameplay showcase, it did a terrible job of showcasing the game. Choose, cannot make a grilled cheese. This description of Ganondorf, it says that the magic holding him weakened when the castle was damaged during the Calamity a century ago, and his power has been steadily growing since, making it seem like him and Calamity Ganon are separate, which is stupid if it's true. The Stamina Wheel, I wish it was blue. Time Bomb, why use this instead of a bomb flower? The Spirit Temple boss, Minoru is too clunky to make this fun, and you can't fight it yourself because gloom. The cartridge for the game, I wouldn't put it on my sandwich. Koga Fight 2. Get his ass down from there. Wizrobe, when you first meet them, they seem nice and then randomly say the most homophobic thing you've ever heard. The Spirit Temple, just a boss fight. These little Gorons, too heavy to be used as a proper soccer ball. Likes, you just kind of wait for them to show you their ball and then you shoot it. I don't like them. Tabantha Tundra, shaped vaguely like a like, which I don't appreciate. The Post-Temple completion cutscene, glorified slideshow. The tutorial buttons in the top left, they don't have a driver's license. Rainy weather. This was probably the only universally hated mechanic in Breath of the Wild. Why would they bring this back? Rito Village. I wouldn't put it up my butt, but you're free to do so. Hestu, sex offender. Hydrant, only useful around lava and as a high pressure bidet. Flying Gibdo, get his ass down from there. King Scale, I don't want Dorephan Scale, I want Sidons. Addison, has never felt love and never will. The pictures Zelda took in the album. I explicitly told her to delete them and 10,000 years later, they're still here. Amiibo, I'd love to use it, but I would risk contracting pneumoconiosis. Hearts, 30 fucking 8, are you kidding me? Tutorial Shrines, why do they talk for so long? The Log, his check engine light is on, but he insists it's fine. Pelison has a monopoly on defusing items. The Delay. Shut the fuck up, Miyamoto. Character descriptions. Why do games feel the need to do stuff like this? 99% of players don't read them. The Whistle. No longer grants the infinite stamina it once could. How am I expected to last now? Poe statue. Likes burnt toast. Pose. Burned my toast. Elixirs. Gives you superpowers just like alcohol. Skyview Tower cutscene. It's very cool the first time, but it's so long and it plays the exact same every time. Small wheel. Size matters. Pony points. To where? What is he trying to tell me? Sled never mows his lawn. Pants, take yours off right now. Horriblin, Squidward tentacles has ruined large noses forever. Horses, you have no evidence those deaths were my fault. Horse gear, how do they expect me to use this? I killed all the horses. Sound meter, has communication problems. Blood Moon, Zelda's dialogue is kinda boring. She should talk dirty to me. West Necluda, the Hyrule equivalent of Kearney, Nebraska. East Necluda, Nebraska City, Nebraska. Helper constructs. I wouldn't fuck them. Geoglyphs, I wish the order was made more clear. Shock emitter, not my thing, but I think someone's into it. Zonite-based items, the greatest invention of our time, but will soon destroy the ozone layer if nothing is done. Tiba, by far the lamest and least attractive champion descendant. Mount Lanayru, why is this considered a part of Lanayru? If this is Necluda and this is Lanayru, then there is no connective tissue between Mount Lanayru and Lanayru. Aracuda, get his ass down from there. Stabilizers, allow me to propose a query. What would happen if you ate it? Rupees! Who needs them when Bit Rupee is the future? The lack of female Gerudo armor. Now I have to cross-dress in real life. The red quest icon. Never learned sharing is caring. Construct head. Do you really think they'd be good at it? Bubble gems. I feel bad killing the frogs. Colton had me kill all those frogs so he could fucking evaporate. Cork Koroks can be solved with a rocket every time. The Purah pad. It's fine, but the Sheikah Slate has more features, looks cooler, and is generally cheaper. So I decided to go for a Sheikah Slate. But since everyone else has a Purah pad, I get bullied for sending green text instead of blue text. Evermean promotes deforestation. Dragon-based items. Animal cruelty for minimal rewards. The Shrine completion cutscene. Why does Nintendo think anyone wants to watch statues talk? Where did the Sheikah stuff go? It's not a big deal, but how did they get rid of a big fuck-off camel? Fairies. Know way too much about Taylor Swift, but when you call them out for being parasocial, they dox you. Lanayru Great Spring. Sorry, but I'm not into shit. Shirts. Why do they make armor beneficial? I want him naked. Blessing Shrines. Normally at the end of a quest, so it makes sense to not have a puzzle, and it's probably better for most players when I want a puzzle. Big constructs. That's a dildo. Map function on the Ultra Hand Wheel. Frequently complains about their life situation, and while you're always there to comfort them, they refuse to attempt to better it. Enemies before the final boss. Just a running check. Octorok. Stole my grilled cheese. Miscellaneous monster-based items. Just like that one group of kids that you are pretty sure are in a cult, but you're too scared to try to find out. The home screen. Serviceable, but instead of the Zone Eyes wall graffiti, maybe Ganondorf twerking next time? The Move the Rock Shrine quest. Generally better handled than the Korok quest or the Spirit Temple quest, but manually moving things across the map just isn't fun, Nintendo. Now to the middle of the road stuff. I generally have no strong feelings either way on these things, or I'm just unsure whether they're good or bad. For example, Link's lack of nipples. I'm genuinely not sure if this is less attractive or more attractive. Grandpa Goron looks like a badass, but occasionally makes vaguely racist statements. Dandelion Koroks tests your ability to turn the camera. South Hyrule Field. Great Plateau has really gone downhill. Muktarok. Walk towards the weird octopus until you can hit it. Balloon. Having a balloon inflate in my butt seems good, but the prerequisite of flames is a bit more work than I'd like. The ability to zoom in. Add an X-ray function next time. Gloom. Probably difficult for game designers to balance, but it's definitely more of an annoyance than an actual problem. Gerudo Town. I'm not sure if it's a sexism or racism, but they're hot, so they get away with it. Yiga Foot Soldier. While it's a fun idea to have NPCs secretly be Yiga and attack you, it does discourage interaction with characters. Joshua. Why does she have an entry in the character descriptions? Nadra. Still watches every single Disney live-action remake, even though they agree they are lazy and pointless. Terrytown. They charge for something that is easily solved with a paraglider. Mining ore. Good listener, not much of a talker. Koga Fight 1. Use your fucking blinker, man. Lord of the Mountain. Very cool looking horse, but he is encouraging genocide of the bubble frogs. Stables. Clearly all owned by the same company, made clear by the consistent branding. And while they provide a great service, a monopoly is never a good thing. Moragia. Really cool idea, but it's way too easy. Keith. Don't feed them. Trust me. Akala, while cool right now, will soon be completely underwater if we can't slow down Zonite emissions. Sky Islands. They were by far the most marketed part of the game, and there are like 5 different types of islands repeated over and over again. The first official trailer doesn't really show anything new after the E3 teaser. Hinox eats ass. Horn-based items. Very useful for fusing, but I can't fit any of them up my butt. Light roots. Is that a fruit? Can I eat it? Memory 5, Minoru's Council. While all the memories are entertaining, fuck Minoru, man. Hateno Village, Toad Town. Memory 16, Critical Decisions. Fuck Minoru. Portable pot, it should really have more than one use. Stamps should really have a longer nose. Snowy weather. Eventide Island. Bring back forcing Link to strip. Temperature meter. Chill most of the time, but gets really passive-aggressive when you accidentally drink their milk. Memory 12, the Sage's Vow. Minoru is talking, make her stop. Link's ability to pick things up. Ultra Hand makes this obsolete, but maybe he can pick up women instead. The title, Tears of the Kingdom. I thought it said tear, and I was excited for Ganondorf's torn asshole. Hyrule Ridge. Everyone from there seems to speak of living there fondly, but would never move back. Water Temple. Way too short and way too simple of puzzles. Water Sage. Spends too much time talking to Sidon. I tell her to back off, but it's not like I can have him anyway. Talus. Ascend does make these fights much better, but still not the best of the overworld mini-bosses. Yiga Blade Masters. Hot but racist. Beam Emitter, protected by the Second Amendment. Deku Tree. If this is his stomach and it goes this deep, then what does the next major part of anatomy look like? Little Frox, mildly adorable. I want to use it as a soccer ball. Large weapons, worthless when you can have 60 damage spears. Food. How the fuck is Link not fat? Flame Emitter, massive attention seeker, but they are hot, so who cares? Memory 1, the Master Sword's power. Just acknowledge Phi for fuck's sake. Moblin, a decent kisser. Gerudo Desert, main objective. Parts of it are fun, but the sand definitely becomes tedious. Ganondorf, dehydrated form. Very scary, but definitely room to improve. Loading screen, struggles with decisions, but will make the right decision when it comes down to it. Daddy Bokoblins, I'd say sit on me, but I'm hesitant. Light of Blessing, definitely an MLM. For those of you that don't know, an MLM is a multi-level marketing scheme. Essentially, you have one person at the top. The person at the top has all the money, and all we're left with is poverty. But Rauru and Sonia give Link lights of blessing so he can sell them to the goddess, and then the goddess just gets screwed. Hoverstone, he's cool but won't respond to my texts. Side quests, definitely a mixed bag, so middle of the road ranking. Forgotten Temple does tell you the order of the geoglyphs, but it's not made clear that this is the order and it's too easy to just not go there. Lightning, you just don't use metal equipment. Monster camps, they're fine unless there's a boat. This wing minigame, get my ass down from there. Hero's Path, draw a dick. Robbie sold all his bit rupee instead of holding like I told him to. Frox has a girlfriend who is much harder than he is. I wish I were that lucky, but I'll just be happy for him. Paya cannot get laid anymore. Cart, not enough Mario. Hit the flower, grab the seed Koroks. Plant abuse for minimal reward. Hebra looks like it has a wiener. Camera is now forced to make a snapping noise after Heston's crime. Pen, I didn't read his dialogue and have no idea where he went. Wind Temple questline. Very short, you just bring a child to the sky. Goron Sage would eat his boogers, but he's wearing a mask. Memory 11, the Demon King's army. How is the horse hot too? Colosseums, get gangbanged by enemies. Depending on the enemies, this is either awesome or the worst. Minimap, size matters. Unibo boss fight, is Nacho Libre problematic? Helmets, covers up Link's face, turns me off. Light, very compelling character, but did commit numerous crimes. Falling Rocks, why do they never get you all the way up to the Sky Island? The Compendium, probably illegal. Hyrule Castle, upholds an outdated monarchy system, but Link and Zelda probably had sex here. Goron City, not hot anymore. Great Fairies, sexual assault. Wait, why is this in mid-tier? Mirror, allows for fun puzzles, but Korok Seed, clog the toilet. Official trailer number 2, introduces nuts and bolts, but doesn't make it clear how large of an effect it will have on the game. Memory number 7, a show of fealty. A fine cutscene, but it's only down here because people will say, why didn't Rauru kill Ganondorf right then? Little Talus. Gerudo Sage, I'd say I'd hit, but I've really been pushing the line this video, and necrophilia might be too much. Gibdos. Hear me out. Plant-based items, too many, and none of them represent the eggplant. Link's run animation needs jiggle physics. Type-low ruins, cool to see in daylight, but isn't this whitewashing? Now onto the good stuff. These are all things I think are purely positive influences on the game. For example, Ultra Hand, Bokoblin Centipede. Memory 8, Zelda and Sonia. Enough evidence for Zelda and Sonia to be lesbian. Rauru, Zelda is descended from furries. Shields, what the fuck does this number mean? Gems, support gay people. E3 2021 teaser, very hype, I come. Lurelin Village, new Terrytown. Please don't turn into a monopolized hellhole. Jump animation, that's how humans jump. King Dorephan. Despite his age, he isn't racist. Memory 13, A King's Duty. I think the number 13 gets a bad rap. Great Hyrule Forest, finally suppressing the Koroks for their crimes. Regular shrines, don't solve them properly, none of them have to be. Shoot the balloon Koroks. America needs more of these for target practice, since people get mad about using students. Constructs, proves that AI won't be the future. Marbled Goma, very fun soccer game. Old Maps, gets you out of the sky into the much more interesting depths. Wing, 9/11. Memory 4, 4, An Unfamiliar World. Rauru and Sonia are very cute. Faroche is okay with you following him around at a party where you don't know anyone. Travel Medallion, instant McDonald's. Tulin gets way too much hate. He's very useful as a unit, and a child's voice doesn't mean the character is bad. Auto Build, Auto Bokoblin Centipede. Molduga, a bit more annoying because of not having free bombs, but still a really fun boss. Stakes, I'm not sure what would happen if I tried to put it up my butt, but I'm ready to try. Memory 15, a Master Sword in Time. Enough evidence for lesbian Zelda and 5. Sonia, you'd think she'd be lame, but she has such good interactions with every character. Bolson, gay. The map, this would be an awesome race car map. Kakariko Village, such great memories in this room. Elemental Fruits, great source of health. This Rito with the hair. How does he do that? With feathers. Schema Stones. There's gotta be a Zonai who was lonely enough to make a Schema Stone that lets you create an artificial woman. Memory 14, The Imprisoning War. Proves Minoru was useless even back then. Boliara posted some interesting things on the internet when she was young, but seems proud of them. Lift the Rock Korok. Something really satisfying about lifting a rock and seeing a child. Combat Shrines. Forces Link to strip. Wind Temple. A little bit short, but still a lot of fun. Gerudo Desert. Woman Hub. The game reveal caused a bunch of nerds to theorize for 2 years about nothing. The directional menus. McDonald's should implement this. Ganondorf Demon King form. Not as hot as the base form. Sunny weather. Actually lets me play the game. Koga Fight 4. Minoru boss fight if it was good. Link's walking animation. Look at that strut. Lookout landing. Would be much lower if not for one thing. Memory 10. Birth of the Demon King Ganondorf. Becomes less attractive, but this is very cool. Homing cart. One of my best friends. Paraglider skins. They accept all races. Queen Gibdo. Listen. Hear me out. Elden, thank God they got rid of the lava heat effect. Water Temple main objective, the only one that significantly references a previous champion. Impa doesn't know what sex is. The diving mini games, good practice for bear fighting. Battery, when the fuel runs out, there will be war, so let's enjoy it while it lasts. Link's throw animation, he holds it very daintily. Big Wheel, amazing Spider-Man villain. Ascend. Memory 3, where am I? That's a lot of grass. Link, he's alright. Meat-based items. I would trust all of them as government officials. North Hyrule Field. If Hyrule was a Vajinjo, this would be the clitoris. Right? Taro. I know we're all talking about Purah and Ganondorf, but we can't let Taro fly under the radar. The Depths. Kinda empty, but a whole new map is awesome. Gloom Hands. We've all had a fantasy like this, right? Am I too horny? Regular weapons. Link definitely cooks with these. Cannon. Very efficient terrorism tool. Memory 6. The Gerudo Assault. Do you think he fucks them? What about them? Beetle. It may feel overbearing at times, but he is the most encouraging guy I know. Labyrinths. Better than In-N-Out. Pattern match Koroks. Don't lick them. Unobo. Only descendant with some type of arc. Not even Tulin, who is essentially a new character, gets an arc. Camera control. I can't believe some people think we don't need this. Goddess statue. The best customer service rep. Memory 9. Sonia is caught by treachery. The face I make when God gives a child cancer. Zora's Domain. Still by far the best looking city. I wish more places had a unique style. Game over screen. The G looks really nice. Bomb Flower. My favorite way to see said G. Muzu is still holding on Bit Rupee like everyone should be. Fire Temple. Overheated my Switch. Very funny. Fan. Does a good job blowing. Battery Energy. Good green shade. Colgera. He eats grilled cheese. Gleok. What part of the body does the middle head control? Does he just have no agency? Fuse. Tree Stump Korok has a variety of challenges that are all fun. Flux Construct. He's been through a lot, let's be nice to him. Spear Weapons. I want to put them higher, but I can't in good conscience put such a terrible fishing rod any higher. Steering Stick. I'd fish with it. Zelda. Friendly reminder that a woman's worth is determined entirely by her looks. Evil Zelda. A woman who would stab me is more attractive. Dragon Zelda. Yeah, this is hotter. Reiju. Some of you may be saying pedophilia with her being this high and being 12 years old in Breath of the Wild. But thanks to the next number, Hudson, he had a kid in between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom who is 7 years old, which means at least 7 years have passed between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and that means
Yet another pedophilia allegation successfully avoided.
this little girl. The radar detector probably has a driver's license. Skyview Towers, instant height, but why are they all broken? Ganondorf dragon form. What is there to say? The logo. If this is supposed to be an Ouroboros, which is two dragon heads eating each other, then it probably represents Zelda and Ganondorf. And that means I probably have to censor this. Pins. Elephants are the best animal. Bows. Birdo wears them. Bokoblins. They wear backpacks now. Lightning Temple. My personal favorite temple. Third official trailer. Actually made the game look good. Koga. Proof that fat people can be pieces of shit too. Master Sword cutscene and Memory 18. Very cool cutscene, I cummed. Horse God. It took a lot of deliberation, but big batteries are slightly better. Koga Fight 3. Very fun. Crouch animation. Link's butt. Link's house. Link and Zelda had sex here. Spring. Very useful for soaking. Makes me very excited as a Utah resident. Paraglider keeps Link's feet from breaking, and as we all know, feet are the most lucrative part of the human body. Pharaon, amazing local cuisine. Fire Temple main objective, by far the most interesting objective. Arrows, very good for my anxiety. Opening sequence in Memory 2, generates a lot of hype and is scary. Purah, very high work. Surface World, I'd eat here. Speech Bubble, I love this guy. The ability to skip cutscenes saves so much time in Shrines and Light Routes. Weapon durability, I will never understand how people hate this. The game would be so much less fun if I use the same weapon all the time. The ending of The Last of Us, so emotional. Rocks. Hell yeah. Memory 17, Tears of the Dragon. Very powerful cutscene, I like it a lot. Rockets. Fuck yeah. Recall. Don't call her back, you'll only receive more pain. Lionels. Yes, this one is ranked so highly because of my extremely difficult to navigate and overly abundant sexual feelings because of my crippling porn addiction that I've come to realize may be getting out of hand over the course of this video. How did you know? And finally, number 1, Sidon's winning smile.
And there you have it. Every single aspect of Tears of the Kingdom ranked in one concise list. Did you have any revelations about your own ambiguous relationship with sexuality? I know I did. Be sure to let me know your sexual revelations in the comments below. And if you'll excuse me, I think I need to get laid.